Alright, what I'm going to try to do now is remove these valves. I don't have any kind of special tool to do this, but I know that there's a retaining ring there, so I'm hoping I can simply compress the spring without it falling off. It's going down, and you can get my head in there to see. Okay, this thing is like starting to slip off already. Let's loosen that off. I think we got close, but I gotta try again. And if I get it off like that, I'm not sure how I'm gonna get it back on. Let's see if I can find another way. Oh, this is a little big, but it looks like it'll stay on. Yeah, a little bit smaller. Okay, I took the valve out. What I did is put a large socket 13/16 over top of it, press down on it a bit, give it a tap with a hammer. That releases these little keepers that are on the shaft like this. And then this is what holds them in place, and just the pressure forces them together. It's like a wedge. And this is the valve that I was worried about, and it's quite smooth still. There's just a little bit of carbon buildup on the top of the valve, which I'm going to clean up with some sandpaper. And I'm going to do a little bit of lapping, which I'm going to put some polishing compound on here and on here, insert it here, and then I'm just going to work it back and forth to make sure it has a good seal. But it feels pretty good, and it's slick. Since I have a part like this, might as well go that extra step and make it better. Alright, what I want to do now is get this shaft, this stud out, so I'm just adding a second bolt on here. Hopefully I can undo this whole stud. There we go. No, it started to come. Ooh, why is that warped? That should not be bending the way it is. Oh, there's something else I'm gonna have to fix. This is actually bent a bit, and I didn't notice that until I tried to remove it. This job just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Alright, so I've got some polishing compound on there, so I'm just gonna attach my drill, and I'll pull back a bit. Now you can see on this side, I'll add a bit more polish on here. And now I got a nice polished smooth surface. It was already in pretty good shape, but if I'm gonna go this far, I might as well make things improved. The more compression you get, the better this engine is gonna run. But something I gotta look at now is, why is this thing bent? That worries me. It shouldn't matter so much because this gets clamped down here, so it's gonna sit flush to here. So I'm gonna try to straighten it a little bit, but I can't wreck those threads. But this is gonna sit square anyways because it's a tight fit between these two surfaces of metal. Alright. So I'm going to do the other side now, and then I'll clean this all up, and then we'll be ready for the next step. Alright, this is actually the worse off one because this is the exhaust side. I just released the retainers, and we'll explore this one in real time together. You can see there's some goop on here, which I'd like to get more of that off before I pull it through because I don't want that goop going inside of the channel for this, or the sleeve. So this is the exhaust port. Does not look as bad as I thought. Definitely needs polishing, and that doesn't look so bad either. It's in good shape. Let me double check that. Yep, this is the top, this is the intake, so that's the exhaust. So that is where water came in through here, and the valve must have been part way open and the water got into the cylinder. Surprisingly, I'm not sure it's dirty, but I don't see any signs of rust on there. So we're gonna polish that up now, clean everything, and put it back together. You don't need to see it again, you just saw it, but I'm just going to be using my drill with a slow rotation using this metal polish, and we'll get this cleaned up. Alright, that is nicely polished up now. Got everything white clean, so we're going to put that back in here. Put that valve assembly back on. Get the spring clean as best as I can. I don't have a parts bin here or a ton of rags, so I'm just doing my best with what I got. That's all you can do. See how well this works. I did the other side, it went on pretty well. Just put the narrow side down first, put them evenly on both sides. Took a socket and pressed down here and hope that the pieces fall into place. One kind of did. Oh, and two did. That looks pretty good. And these I didn't realize until later, these just basically rest on here. So I have to be very careful not to lose those and keep them in the jar right now. Finish cleaning this up. I think that is it for this. Oh, I still got a little bit of compound got on here. Must have been when I did this side, just some of the compound got wiped on here, right? That cylinder head is ready to put back on. Put the rockers on. Rocker holder. These guys are gonna go on. Put this bolt on with its washer. Okay, after soaking this overnight, I just took a very, very small slotted bit and I was tapping it inside the crease here where the rings attach, or where the rings come together, and just kept tapping it and then kind of working the hammer slowly around it and then tapping it in the crease again, and then just all of a sudden, poof, half of it popped out, and then I just kind of worked it around with my hand, and now the whole thing just suddenly got perfectly loose. So I'm going to continue doing that now with these other two rings, and then I'll re-soak it again because I have to get these channels really nice and loose so that these springs just freely open and close to make a really good seal. You don't want them sticking like that again. So I'll do my best to get them all freed up and then re-soak them again, and then I'll work them out to make sure that those channels are all cleaned up and then get some oil inside there. Okay, we're starting to get somewhere now. Now this is where my push rods go, and my one push rod, if you remember from earlier, was sticking this side. Now this is the side that the water got into the boat, the salt water. So this got a bit rusty down here, and what happens when the camshaft pushes the push rod out, we had to tap that push rod back in with a hammer. So it's definitely sticking back there, and it's not a perfectly smooth surface. I got lots of penetrating fluid on there right now. What I'm going to try and do, I need to remove that, which is deep inside there. I can't get to it from the other side because the cam is in the way and it blocked the entire passage. I've already explored that option. So what I'm going to do for now is try and polish up that a bit. What I'm just going to use here is a drill with a little brush on the end, and I'm going to try to clean up inside there, and then perhaps make myself a little device of some sort to grab hold of that and try to pull it out through the tube. Wish me luck. I gotta put the camera down to do this, but thought I would explain that step. So that's my two main things I had wrong with this engine. One, my rings are all stuck pressed into the piston, so they aren't sealing properly. The lifter was stuck. It'll push back and forth that little bit, but it takes some force to do that, so it definitely needs to get cleaned up. It should be able to move with little resistance. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and do that, see how that goes. All right, hopefully you can see this. So this is what it's like on both sides, but I need, this one is loose, this one here needs to get pulled out, but these have these little dimples on the sides. So what I think I'm gonna do is use my handy little calipers. I'm gonna measure the width of the opening there, and I'm gonna take this Robinson screwdriver, which is of a good size, bend the tip so that it fits inside of here, and then I'm going to carefully try to extract the stuck one on this side. So just in case this works well, I thought it would be a good idea to tell you how I did it, because if you ever get stuck trying to pull one of these out, hopefully this works. If not, I'll go to YouTube University and find out how other people do it. Well, my larger torch was empty. I couldn't heat the metal up like I wanted to on the screwdriver, and it was finding to be difficult to bend that with what I have. So what I'm going to do is use this old antenna and see if I can pull it out this way. So it definitely goes in there and it grabs hold of it, but the camera is totally in the way. I'm gonna move the camera so I can try pulling on this, and I'll keep you updated. Okay, I tried something a little different. Since I got this one out here, that's what I'm trying to extract. That's the lifter. I modified my hook on here so it really gets inside here and grabs hold of it. And I heated that up with a torch, squeezed it in a vise, and then cooled it off. So it's a little bit stiffer. And now what I'm doing, I put some more WD in there, or some penetrating fluid, and getting the hook on here, and I'm pulling it out and pushing it back in like this. And I'm going to just keep doing that until this thing starts moving. It feels like it's hitting a wall right now, but with some perseverance, I should be able to eventually work this out. All right, desperate times, desperate measures. I don't have a wire brush long enough, so I fixed some sandpaper here to a screwdriver with lots of tape. I'm trying to get, obviously there's lots of room in these tubes because these are quite loose in here, and this one's very tight. So there's just too much pitted corrosion causing friction inside that. So I'm just going to take this sandpaper, this is about a 220 grit, and I'm just going to slowly make my way around it, polishing it until I have a smoother surface. And then once I get that removed, I can further smoothen it with some finer grit. But right now I just need to get that out so that I'll be able to pass sandpaper or polish all the way through here. Whatever I decide to use to polish it, I'll be able to push it all the way through once I get that removed. But until then, I just got to work away at that corrosion until I got a nice smooth surface, because it is tight. I can get a pretty good grip on it and it won't pull out. Eventually just pops off my hook I made, so keep trying. All right, congratulations to me. I got the lifter out. It's not in that poor condition. I'll just take a little bit of polish to it and clean it, but there's no rust on it. And looking inside the hole, I see a little line there, but like there's nothing major in there. So obviously this little polishing setup I made with a screwdriver worked. On my second try, I got it pulled out almost half of the way, and then I pushed it back in, and knowing that it's gonna go now, I just gave it one good yank and it popped right out. So there is one big challenge out of the way. I'm just gonna go ahead and clean this up, and we're gonna move on to the next part. All right, just wanted to, in case anybody is asking or gonna ask, why didn't I hone out the cylinder? I did borrow a honer, and I'm giving it a light honing though. I don't want to have to go up in ring sizes for the piston. I want to keep it original. I don't want to start getting into trying to customize this, so I'm just giving it very light honing with the honing stones on a drill. All they do is 3 stones that rotate around that are spring loaded, using lots of oil to lubricate it. Then after that, I'm going to give it just a light polishing with a much finer sandpaper, because the honing stones are quite aggressive, and it's a really smooth surface, even though you can like see the scratches from the honing. That's why I'm only going over this very lightly, and I'm going to sand it. We should be getting the pistons and the rings before long, and we'll be able to start putting this back together. All right, my friends from YouTube, this is a quick update. I can't reuse this. The rings, I can only get them loose, but there were parts of it where they were just stuck on too much, so I had to basically break them off to get them out. And because I'm not trusting these channels or this pitting, I don't know if we can get that on camera, but there is a deep pitting in here in a few spots, especially right here. It's the piston itself is in pretty poor condition, so I've ordered a new piston head and ring set, or I'm doing that tonight when they're back in business in China, because it's 11 p.m. right now, so I have to wait for their tomorrow morning. So tonight I'm going to order the new piston and rings, and hopefully probably about 2 weeks I'll be able to get those parts and continue on this video. So if you're wondering why we haven't had much videos this year, this project is just taking forever. So we're still doing the recording, but there's no uploads until we can get a finished video on this project. So that's why in January, February, and into March we had no videos. Thanks for continuing to watch, and we'll get back to this when those parts came. For now, I'm going to start putting all these tools away because I have to wait. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.